think that the black Americans have been the only real diehard Americans here, because we're the only ones who carried the process through the process. That everyone else has to sort of like skip stages. We're the ones who marched, we're the ones who carried the Bible, we're the ones who carried the flag, we're the ones who tried to go through the courts. And being born American didn't seem to matter. Because we were born Americans, but we still had to fight for what we were looking for. And we still had to go through those channels and those processes.
I don't really care what you have to say. Facts over fiction is the motto replay. Muhammad Ali came up from the clay. Grassroots built up this USA. Now knowing your history, you'll get played. Equip yourself cause you came to slay any opponent that's up in our way. Look at Malcolm X and his delivery.
All right, test one, test two, test one, test two. Make sure we have audio and we're good to go. All right, test one, test two, test one, test two. All right, we do have audio. We are ready to roll, family. Today is Sunday, the 7th of September, and this is E-Man the Mass Media Group. My name is Umoya, and I'm here with my esteemed colleagues, Mrs.
Kim E-Man is here. Happy Sunday, family. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, and I'm Darlene. Thank you so much for taking the time today. It has actually been a very nice Sunday for me and my family inside this house today. And so I hope everyone is feeling the same.
Wonderful. So thanks everyone for joining. We always appreciate your time and energy into this matter. So before we get into the subject of these quote unquote repair bills and the last stretch into this final season of 2025, I guess let's take care of some housekeeping.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Reparations Now, the documentary on Tubi TV kind of goes over the origins of the California Reparations Task Force. So it is available for viewing on Tubi TV.
All right, etnmediagroupstore.com. Go to etnmediagroupstore.com to get your latest merch. Reparations Now. Cut the check, policy over party, and we actually are the official store for the Coalition for a Just and Equitable California as well. So go check us out there and support us. We greatly appreciate it.
Reparations Now. Another way to support, if you still shop at Amazon, would be to hit our affiliate link before you do all your Amazon shopping. That way we get a little kickback off of the Get Back.
Okay, as we tell everyone to pass these bills in the California legislation, you need 41 Assembly members to vote yes, 21 senators to vote yes, and one governor to sign, and that then it becomes law.
All right. And just to note, this year we are in opposition of SB 437, which is the study bill that will extend research to the CSUs until potentially 2030 academic year, and 518 in its current state as well. So we're looking for these numbers to fall short this session.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen this movie, Highest to Lowest, it should be coming out pretty soon, about the next week or so.
No, it's already out.
Is it already out on streaming?
It's on Apple TV.
TV already? Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna come out. Well, wonderful. Go check it out. Highest to Lowest. If you have a chance, you can check out our review. Comment, see if you do like it or don't like it. But thoroughly enjoyed it. Went to the theater and saw it. But everybody else has their opinion, so you may think it's trash. But yeah, it was good. Denzel Washington did a great job. What can you say? He's Denzel, and Spike Lee. They did an excellent job. All right, Mr. Uncomfortable. It's out now. Please check it out. We greatly appreciate it. This is technically my first book. Working on the audio book as we speak. A couple of soundtrack titles going along with it. And so hit that QR code and also in the description to help support. We greatly appreciate it. So just go to MrUncomfortable.com as well. Or the YouTube page. Got some stuff up there as well. So those QR codes should take you to where you need to go to.
Congratulations on publishing your first book.
Oh, what a wonderful picture here. But yes, congratulations, you more, yeah.
Appreciate it.
This is a wonderful picture.
Grand opening, and hopefully not grand closing anytime soon. Shout out to our good brothers and sisters for opening the first Black, and I believe Black American owned store in Sacramento. So shout out to them. We have actually a boots on the ground that we're going to be doing, but sometimes that takes a little time when you're a little busy.
Coming one day, so keep checking back at the channel so you don't miss a thing.
Absolutely. All right, so I guess let's kind of get into it, but before we get into SB 437, 518 and some budget bills that we're going to be referencing, there are two videos that I want us to play, and then we'll get into the bill. So the first is actually, they're both from Dr. Keelan Weber. I believe the first one was at the higher education hearing this past, I want to say it was either June, I could be wrong, or June or July, can't remember. Anyway, let's go ahead and play the clip. Here we go.
Summer Rodriguez.
I could just ask, and feel free, the co-authors that are on this committee or the author, to respond to some of the statements by the opposition regarding there already being an established process in genealogy, as well as any delays this might cause for the other efforts.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that question. I wish it was that simple. We have been trying to trace my lineage for years, and we have been unsuccessful. It may be easier for some than it is for others, but we still haven't found my lineage, right? It is extremely difficult because of the way in which chattel slavery was done here in America, where you had individuals who were torn from their families, sent to different plantations. Individuals were used as breeders. So you may have never even been around your family before. We were forced to take the names of those who enslaved us. And those records, as I stated in the beginning, are fractured if they were ever there. Some were burned. It's not as easy of a process as some would like to make it seem. This is not another study bill. This is not looking to determine if this is an important process. This is ensuring that whatever process is in place is accurate and works for everyone. Whether you can trace your ancestors back or whether you only know who your parents are, or maybe not even that at all. And so, this is extremely important. I wish that the task force had time to really dig deep to find out the methodology that we should use. Additionally, if people actually read the bill, it does also grant the CSU the ability to work with genealogists to determine the best methodology. And once that methodology is determined, then that can be used by the agency once that is in place. Now, the question of whether or not this bill must go forward for any of the other priority bills that we have or any of the other reparation bills is a false statement and is untrue. We have not linked our bill to any other bill, and none of the other authors have linked their bill specifically to us. In regards to SB 518, we have actually submitted clarifying language through amendments to ensure that it is known that there is no linkage. You do not have to necessarily pass this one. However, when you start talking about reparative work, per the task force, you have to ensure that you are a descendant of American chattel slavery. And so there needs to be a process in place to determine if you truly are.
All right, fam. So yeah, while we're at it, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Do y'all have anything to say about it, or should I play the next clip?
Well,
Okay.
the only thing I will say about it, she personalized it. Oh, we have been for so long, for years, and we cannot find mine. Me.
Yeah.
One person. It's the community at large, not you, Senator Pearson.
Yeah,
then
and
she used our one second. Then she used our harms that were inflicted upon us for the reasons we can't find out who we are. I mean, there may be a bit of truth to that, but there's records. We were their property.
Yeah, and then later, a little bit later, after she made these statements, video evidence came out that her own mother speaking, saying that she found her grandma Lucy, who was a slave. So, I mean, I don't know how much other lineage you're trying to determine, but for this process, it seems like that would be sufficient.
Mm-hmm. And then she blamed it on the task. I'm sorry, you're more your but
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
she blamed it on the task force. Saying that I wish they had more time.
Well, maybe if they hadn't wasted so much time determining the lineage portion, which took 6 months and still had to come back and take another vote after that. So if they hadn't wasted a lot of time on that, we could have gotten to some other pressing issues during the time that the task force was in session.
That was the beginning of the stall tactic.
Mm-hmm. All right, what else you got to say?
Well, great. Well, first of all, Darlene and Kim, great points on that. And also with Dr. Akilah Weber, another reason why, we wanted to play that video is because she said out of her own mouth that these bills aren't associated or linked together. But as we go and read these bills, probably going to find out the opposite. So let's play the next clip and we'll continue.
Continue to move forward, or would this delay actions on the subsequent bill?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chair, for that question. This bill does not delay the subsequent actions of the next bill. The next bill, which we'll discuss later, is actually establishing the agency for descendants of American chattel slavery. That is going to take some time, right? All this bill does is give a framework for the money that we already allocated and voted and signed into law on Friday. So I don't have $6 million to give. We, as the legislature, passed the budget bill last Friday, and the governor already signed it, allocating $6 million to CSU for this purpose. This provides the structure, it provides oversight, it provides accountability so that they have a start date, they have an end date, they have to report back to the legislature. Without this bill, they just have the $6 million.
And does anything prevent the CSU from either using their own academic genealogists or consulting with outside genealogists in their construction of the framework?
So this bill allows for them to utilize other universities, other genealogists, other entities. They are just the host. But without this bill, they can take the $6 million and create whatever framework they wanted to and not have to come back and talk with us.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
All right. So, Kim and Darlene, you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, it sounds like, if that was a true consideration, that they should have thought that out before they took the path that they took, which seems like, putting the cart before the horse. She don't have $6 million to give. She just give other people's money, the reparations implementation money. She found $6 million somewhere.
Exactly. And what she was saying is that the bill in and of itself is the framework, infrastructure. So this bill has to be in place because she more or less said that $6 million was signed into the budget bill last Friday. She said, what date was this, Umoya, this hearing date?
That video that I played, I believe that was the 1st of July.
Oh, July 1st. Oh, yeah. That's why. So she
Yeah.
was saying by that June 30th, that budget was signed. That's what she was
Right.
saying. So this bill has to pass because if it doesn't, that just means the CSU has $6 million.
Yeah,
For
that sounds like
anything.
irresponsible legislating to me.
So we have to pass this bill because they have $6 million and they don't have to report back to us if this bill is not in place.
That's what she said.
That's what she's saying.
Which is, golly. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, that's so irresponsible.
Mhm.
Like, who does that?
Silly.
And then, right. And then another thing to note is, like, when she was talking about, oh yeah, the CSU can work with X, Y, and Z. Well, who's to say that they're even going to work with the same genealogist that we as a community would recommend? I mean, they could work with anybody they pretty much want to. There's nothing saying that, okay, you have to work with somebody who is AKA a descendant or somebody that, is a freedman or whatever term that you want to use, who's been involved in this work. Like, so.
Mm-hmm. In another portion of the bill, although we're not looking at the bill, but to your point, who's to say, Umoya, about who those genealogists would be? There is a part in their bill that says that that they could use student body to help in this endeavor. So that, what do they call it? That student job program. Who's to say those positions are going to go to a descendant student?
Right. As a matter of fact, let's just Kim, if you don't mind removing the overlay, and then so we could just, I guess, get a segue right into it, unless Kim, you had anything else to comment on.
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah, we know you got a comment.
Is that a no comment I'm done or no comment?
For now.
For now.
All right. So actually, Darlene, let's go into that, because I know they talked about student participation.
No, you have this. You pulled a 518. You won 437.
Okay, my bad. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's switch. Okay. Let's see here. All right, 437. So it says this bill would require the California State University to explore options to determine how to confirm an individual status. Okay, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Okay, or verifying genetic research. Okay, we got that. Confirming an individual status as extended. Yep. I think we already went over the start date and end date for this as well. Yes, this bill would authorize the funding described above to be used to support student participation. In support of this goal, the bill would require the California State University on or before October 1st of each year and until funding is exhausted to submit to the legislature and governor a report with a status update of pending research projects and any research projects that have been completed within this year. The bill would require the final report to include research findings, recommendations with options, and timelines for statewide implementation, including costs developed pursuant to these provisions.
Well,
Okay,
can I stop you, Moya? When it says about the student, am I reading that correct? Those student jobs, is that what they're talking about? That, back when I was at school, we had students working at the bookstores or whatever. So is that what they're saying?
I don't see it. It just says student participation. So
What does that, what does that mean?
I mean, that could mean they could get a stipend. That could mean they are just volunteering. I mean, if we go down further in the bill, let's see if there's anything mentioning. I don't see any. Let's see, status, student year, task force. Nope. Consult with Calendar Caucus. Let's see. The only other thing, let me see, institutions. All right. Yeah, I don't see anything else specifically mentioning that. Let's see. Colonies declared ready. Existing law. Okay, university. Yeah. Okay, so I don't see anything in terms of compensating, but just to confirm or validate what Dr. Akilah Weber did say in this line or this sentence here, it says the bill would authorize the use of up to $6 million as specified for the purpose of enabling the California State University to conduct research in furtherance of the recommendation of the task force, thereby making an appropriation. This bill would authorize the California State to partner with, here we go, the California State University to partner with other universities or nonprofit institutions in furtherance of the bill. So she wasn't incorrect in what she said, but according to the bill, I mean, who knows where this money is going to go?
I guess all will be revealed in the first report that will come out October 1st of 2026, if this bill is successful.
And are they obligated to make it public?
That's a good question.
That is good. Let's see. I don't see anything saying that, but it says the bill requires the final report to include research findings, recommendations with options, and timelines for statewide implementation and include costs developed pursuant to these provisions. So, I mean, okay, we're going to be doing a lot of questions right now and assumptions, but mostly things that are dealing with public money. Usually there has to be some record of some kind of public documentation somewhere. So I mean, but that's a good question. I don't know. So I wanted to point that out, and also wanted to point out this item 6 6610-001-001. Now, I don't know if on the last show that we did with Sharice, if this was updated. I don't think it was. So definitely wanted to touch upon this because, this is a pretty big update that we're going to be looking at more in depth. But I'm going to go ahead and copy this information here. Now, this is the Budget Act of 2025. Okay. Let me see here. Because what happened is, let's see. All right. I don't know. Maybe we could. Let's go. Actually, before we go to the Budget Act, I want to go to 518 as well. And then we'll actually go to the Budget Acts that these bills are referring to. So let me go to 518. So here's the SB 518, Descendants of Enslaved Persons, aka, what do they call this? The Bureau for Descendants of American Slavery. So obviously on the last show that we did, it's no longer going to be underneath the DOJ. It's going to be in the Civil Rights Department. So I don't know what that exactly is going to mean, but it's just going to mean it's not going to be in the DOJ right now. So that's, I guess, one good thing. But I mean, I don't know how you and Darlene feel, Kim. But obviously, I still feel that it should be a standalone agency or bureau. But yeah.
That's how I feel. It should be a standalone agency like the California Reparations Task Force recommended and the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency.
CAFA.
Yep. All right, so I just wanted to point out, let's see here. Only means processing, verifying genealogy. Okay. I think a lot of that stuff we already went over with, but I wanted to point out, let's see if I can find it here. Because I think they should mention it. Yeah, here it goes. Okay. So what is this section? So section 12914A says the Bureau shall create an education and outreach division to develop and implement a public education campaign regarding all the following. So put a pin in that. And the reason why that portion is important is because I think that that's what ties it to the Tides Foundation. Is education and outreach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you continue and it goes down, it talks about, psychogentrification, connection between redlining, history, discrimination, the findings, and California Reparations Task Force report, etc. All right, so this is to accomplish the goals of this section, the division may collaborate with colleges and universities, community organizations, and individuals, including but not limited to the entities included in item 6610-001-0001 of the Budget Act of 2025. Okay, so Darlene and Kim, if I am correct, which hopefully I believe I am, both bills, SB 437 and SB 518, are referencing now the Budget Act of 2025.
Yes.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct.
It's not just me. Okay,
No.
we got that. All right, the entity supported with funds provided for the purposes of education outreach in item 6610-001-001 of the Budget Act of 2025 shall coordinate and implement education. Okay, I don't know, that's a little repetitive. But anyway, I'll just read on just so we just complete our thought here. Upon the Bureau's request, the entity shall regularly report to the division on these activities and provide guidance to ensure alignment with the Bureau's objectives. All right. So the thing about this is, what's crazy is, and I know Chris has mentioned it quite a bit in the hearings, and we've probably mentioned it here. I mean, this is basically repetitive at the same time, which is what it is. But actually, you know what, fam? Let me go back to 437 because I wanted to. Because remember, Dr. Akilah Weber was saying that these bills weren't attached at that point in time. Let's see.
That was July 1, correct?
Right.
July 1.
Yes. All right, so let's see here. All right. As amended, the claim eligibility. All right, so let's see here. Now, I don't know if it's in this bill or if it's in the Bureau bill. Let's see.
I mean, it seems like it would be in the Bureau bill.
Yeah, maybe it's in the Bureau bill.
437.
Yeah, let's see that one. Because I know we read it the other day.
There we go. As added, wait, here's the says 437. What's it saying?
Okay, here we go. All right. It says, we'll start with B up here. So this is, once again, Bill SB 518. It says, following the establishment of a process for conducting or verifying genealogical research for the purposes of confirming an individual's status as a descendant of an enslaved person as provided by Chapter 4.A of Division 1, as added by Senate Bill 437 of the 2025-2026 regular session, the Genealogy Division shall do all of the following. Establish a process for individuals to request certification as a descendant of American slaves informed by the process created pursuant to Chapter 4.8, commencing with Section 8308 of Division 1, as added by Senate Bill 437 of the 2025-2026 regular session. Goes on. It mentions 437 again. It says subdivision B shall become operative only if Senate Bill 437 of the 2025-2026 regular session is enacted and takes effect on or before January 1st, 2026. So then, you know, that begs the question. This is hypothetically speaking, right? This bill doesn't pass. And as Akilah Weber was saying, that they're just going to get the money.
And
then,
no bureau.
Right. No bureau.
No. Is it saying no bureau, or is it just saying the genealogy division of the bureau? Okay, see that is what it's just. It says just the subdivision B, and the subdivision B is just the genealogy division, not the other sections.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably make sense. So, you know, as we can see here, you know, a lot of moving parts are dependent upon each other. Now, maybe at that time, you know, Dr. Akilah Weber was saying, oh, well, it's not associated, but somehow, some way, magically, now they're associated. So there you go. So wanted definitely to point that out. Is there anything that you two want to go over this bill or SB 518 or SB 437 before I move over to the budget bills?
Just real quick, this is the quote of the and other harmed communities. We have to go through A, B, C, and D for certification to prove who we are. Let's just, they don't even say the harmed communities. They don't have to do anything.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we always been talking about and other harmed communities, but what certification or proof to the other harmed communities? What do they have to do?
Can you find that section in the bill that she's referencing, Yamoya, before we move on? Other harm.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's up, yeah, at the beginning. I think more so in the beginning.
All right, let's see.
Descendants and communities harmed as described in chapters 1 to 13, inclusive of the California reparations report, but it doesn't even talk about what they have to do to prove that they were harmed. We have to even prove our peoplehood, and we already know.
So is this the item we're talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess let's read it verbatim. Address the lasting harms of disenfranchisement, segregation, discrimination, exclusion, neglect, and violence impacting both descendants and communities harmed as described in chapters 1 to 13, inclusive of the California Reparations Task Force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are the harms. Before we could even address our harms, we have to prove who we are.
Right. And then these other communities.
They don't even address that.
Right. They just have to ride in and be named as a harmed community.
Person. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all that's what I'm saying. Even in our own quote unquote bureau, they sending us to, down the Yellow Brick Road, that we ain't gonna never find. Not this way.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we definitely need some clarification from the author on, what other harmed communities. Can you spell them out, please?
Well, she said she references, and I admit I haven't done it, and I keep saying I am. She references the chapters 1 to 13, but I mean, not looking at them recently, I would just think that they were using those other communities as a reference point of California. Right. That's how I viewed it, So, but they, as they've done so many other things, take it and spin it to use it for their own purposes.
Yep. All right, and just a note on C2, since we're talking about money. Implementation of this chapter shall be contingent upon appropriation of sufficient funding by the legislature in the Annual Budget Act or other statute for that purpose. So basically, if I'm understanding this correct, if there ain't no money, can't do it.
Okay, but can we hold on to that? Did you have a soft copy of the analysis, which I'm trying to find real quick? Yamoya, because I just wanted to read one little thing from the analysis.
From the analysis?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can pull it up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the last analysis.
Assembly floor.
It should be step 1 dated 7/2 or 7/3. I just looked at it.
All right.
I thought there was one dated 9/4.
And that,
maybe that's the latest one. That's the one.
Is that for 518?
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. You know what? Let's just go straight to it. I'm gonna go to the website real quick and pull it up. Let's see, info, and it's 518.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for your patience. We greatly appreciate it. We're doing this live. All right. So let's see. Analysis.
If you just want to jump down to the fiscal comments, that's the part that I was speaking of, since you were speaking of funding of the actual Bureau. I just wanted to read this little part and then we could go over.
Okay.
Since you brought up fiscal
all right.
comment.
All right. Can y'all see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Does it say Senate third reading SB 518 Weber amended September 5th? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the assembly. I mean, it says assembly floor analysis. So even though it says Senate third reading on it. Okay, what am I looking for, Darlene?
Fiscal comment. If you just scroll down.
Okay, so I'm in the comment section. Is this it, or
go down? Go down. Go down. It says fiscal comment.
Oh, fiscal. Okay.
Fiscal.
CJ.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Yeah. And so you were talking about this. You were talking about how it's not going to be funded unless legislature's not going to fund it unless they get that money. So, but the fiscal comment says, according to the Assembly Appropriations Committee, costs a general fund to CRD likely in the tens of millions of dollars annually to establish the Bureau, operate the Bureau, and promulgate the regulations. These costs will cover new positions in the Bureau, supporting administration position in CRD, IT infrastructure, and staffing training and certification. These costs may be offset to some extent by other federal, state, local, and private funds, which the bill authorizes the Bureau to receive. I just want to highlight the tens of millions of dollars annually, but we have not even done anything directly to benefit our community. But this is just to set up the Bureau, where
the Bureau that's already housed under another
department, where SB 1403 was 3 to 5 million.
Right.
This is
to stand up an entire
standalone agency, tens of millions of dollars annually.
Yeah, where'd that number come from?
Yeah.
There should already be existing infrastructures, especially since they're housing it under another department. So probably more money funneling operation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the analysis says, I don't know if we should get too in depth in it because analyses are what they are, but it says SB 518 could also contribute to serious implementation delays.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about delay.
Even beyond the 2030 research.
Well, go back to that paragraph you were at, Umoya. I mean, Umoya. Yeah. Congratulations to our brother Josiah.
Yeah, shout out to Josiah.
Yeah, Josiah.
It's an inside joke. We might as well just say it out loud now. So Darlene sometimes refers me. We have a good brother, for those that don't know, down the Bay Area. His name is Josiah. He's with our Bay Area down there. And sometimes Darlene refers me to Josiah, which I don't mind. Shout out to Josiah.
Or
she'll call you Jamoya.
Or Jamoya sometimes,
Yeah.
I don't mind them. Shout out to Josiah.
Yes.
The other Umoya, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry, Darlene. So you're gonna say?
This whole paragraph could contribute to serious implementation delays. That's written, although proposed bill would require to require the Office of Genealogy that the office may not be able to conduct any eligibility certification until the completion of research mandated by SB 437.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm. It's just the genealogy section, and that's the the question when we can go to Michael Willis and get it done. You can go to. This is ridiculous. Mm-mm.
Taken together, SB 518, SB 437 effectively stall reparation action, leaving impacted communities in limbo and postponing justice once again for the very community this bill claims to serve. There you have it.
There you have it, folks.
So let's see here. So that's, we're not going to go too deep into this analysis, but I want to go back. Where did you see CJEC? Was it in this one or somewhere else?
Oh, where did it go? You're
Oh,
going
here
so
it
fast.
is, right
There it
here.
goes.
There it is, right here. CJEC,
Right.
right? It's the coalition right there.
Opposes this bill.
Opposes this bill.
Opposes
And they didn't
this bill.
update. They didn't update those comments. They're a little dated. They're because we still talk about the DOJ. So they didn't update. They didn't update the comments.
All right, so let's what time do we have here? Okay, so we're 45 into. All right, we're making great timing here. All right, let's go into the two budget bills. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Budget Act of 2024. All right. So let's see, Budget Act of 2024. All right, so we're going to go to section 15.8.
What section, you Moya?
Section 15.80. And
What is that section 26 and then section 15? What is the difference for us who don't know?
Well, one is just different heading title. So section 15.80 looks like just a subheader of section 26 in the budget bill. So as you can see, 15.80 is referenced in both. Is it the? Let me just go back. I think it's referenced in. So yeah, so it was referenced in 437, and was it referenced in 518 too? Let me see.
I wonder what they repealed in 1500 here.
Yeah, so both. Here, let me just go back, just so we have reference here, because I don't want to be talking. All right, so once again, this is 518. So as you can see, it's referencing section 15.80. Okay, and then they revised it to this one ending in -001, okay, of 2025. And then let's see. And this is 437, just so everybody has reference. Okay. As you can see again, the referencing section 15.80 of the Budget Act of 2024. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at. All right, and then they were revised it to this one ending in -001 of Budget Act 25. Okay, so let's go back to let's see, the Budget Act. Let's see. Okay, so everybody, hopefully you can. Do you see the screen where it says section 26, etc.?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right. So we're at section 26, section 15.80 of the Budget Act of 2024 is repealed. Now, if I'm correct, repealed means revoked, rejected, deleted, or something like that. Am I correct, Kim Darlene?
I mean, it sounds like a
that
reasonable
sounds right.
definition. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's see what it means, because we like to be thorough. Okay, so share this tab. Okay, got a lot of tabs going on here. All right, it says, did I say revoke? I think I did say revoke. Okay, verb past tense, repeal, past participle repeal means revoke or annul a law or a congressional act. The legislation was repealed 5 months later. All right, so there you go. Where are we at? We're going back. A lot of stuff going on here. Okay, share this tab instead. Okay. Section 26, section 15.80 of the Budget Act of 2024 is repealed. All right. And then it goes on to read section 27, section 15.80 is added to the Budget Act of 2024 to read, which is a little confusing, but we're going to go forward with this anyway. But it says section 50.80 says the following appropriations are hereby made from the general fund. A, $6 million to the California State University for purposes of implementing legislation related to genealogy determination. B, $6 million for allocation to the Tides Foundation to educate Californians on the findings of the California Reparations Task Force report. C, funds allocated pursuant to this section shall be available for encumbrance or expenditure until June 30th, 2026. Okay. So I think where I originally got tripped up about is because in section 26 they said repealed, and then in the next section down it says section 15.80 is added. So I mean, I don't know about you and Kim, Darlene, you and Kim, but like for me that's a little confusing, because I'm like, wouldn't they have said, okay, we're going to add this first and then repeal what we just added? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it, different. But I mean,
because it was already in the budget, so they had to get rid of that line item and then add it back.
But the crazy thing about it says is added to the Budget Act of 2024 and not 2025.
Why not? Yeah. Well, probably because what timing was this? When did this happen? What time line are we looking at?
Let's see. Did they have the? This was published June 30th, 2025.
Yeah, and as we know, the legislative session ended August 31st, 2024 of last year. So when did this new line item get added to read the following appropriations are hereby made from the general fund?
Right. So
probably before the end of session, probably on 8/31/2024.
Well, I mean, we were dealing with their amendments, so why not this? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't taking nothing from them.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, Darlene Kim. It's a little confusing to me. So maybe we can ask somebody.
Is this still a live document that hasn't been amended, updated?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I can go back to the site just to confirm, but I mean, from my understanding, this is the last one. I remember
this in 2024.
So what can you share that site, Umoria? Because I always have I get turned around when I'm looking for the budget.
Okay, so let's do a little fun thing here. Let's see. We're gonna go to the legislative info. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the chat here. All right, so everybody can. All right, so our
community at large could look at it at their leisure and try to understand what's going on here.
All right. And if you figure it out, send me a note.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do a bill search here. Okay. We're gonna go for SB. I think it was 102. I think it was. Was it 102 or 103? 103. Okay, so 103 was the budget bill. And you can also do a keyword search as well if you want to. But I just happen to know the budget number bill, so here we go. So we're going to do a bill number search. Okay, this is at the LegiInfo site. Okay, so you go search. All right, and then it comes up with the Budget Act. All right, so as you can see, it says published to the right, 6/30/2025. That's what it says.
6/30/2025.
Which was this year.
Yeah.
And what else did you guys ask, Darlene? I think you guys asked something. Kim?
I'm just wondering when, the language changed in 2024 to say $6 million was going to the CSU and $6 million was going to Tides.
That's a great question. I don't know that, but just based on what we have available, this was in the budget bill of 2024 that got repealed.
It got repealed. Okay.
So if you do a quick look, once again for 518, let's see, or 550.80, right? It says in repealing of adding section 5.8 of Act, and then it goes take effect immediately to the budget bill. All right, that's odd.
Immediately, is that they say immediately?
Yeah. Well, the odd thing about it is it talks about a lot of these amendments, but section 15.8 for some reason and 15.0 are, it's like, are those the only one that have been repealed in this budget? Let me see.
Being treated differently again.
All right. So, yep. So there it is. A section is repealed and then is added. That's what it says. Is added, just like I showed on my screen.
In the same breath, it was repealed and added in the same breath.
Right. As you can see, 6 million, okay, allocated to those entities, the CSU and then the tides. All right.
Okay, so basically they retroactively added it to the budget bill of 2024 to read.
Right.
What?
I guess.
Well, do we want to say that? Because don't you think they would have used the word retroactive? I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah. Darlene kind of has a good point, though.
Yeah. So no, I wouldn't. I mean, we may think that, but I don't think unless they said it, we don't know that's for sure.
This is still 103 that you're looking at, Umoya?
Yeah, this is the 2024 budget bill.
2024. Okay.
Right. So if we go up here, it'll say budget acts of 2023 and 2024.
Okay. All right.
So by the time that they decided to pass the budget bill for 2025, which I can go to the next screen here. You know what? Since we're doing it live, let's do that. Okay, so we'll do a bill search for SB 102. All right, and you can actually do a keyword search for budget bill or whatever here too, but since I know the bill number, I'll just go straight to it. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so this is SB 102 Budget Act of 2024. All right.
Did you see the published date, Umoya?
The published date. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Dr. Crusoe. What was the the investigator's name? Crusoe for the Pink Panther. Interesting.
Yeah.
So this was on the 24th, but the other bill was published on
6:30.
We got questions.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. So we're looking for that section where it's updated to. Let's go back to this bill. All right. So this is 518. All right. So both 437 and 518 got changed. So let's do a search. Go back to the budget bill. Share this tab instead. All right. So we are going to do a search. For. All right. So section 191, item 6610001001, section 2.0 of the Budget Act 2025 is amended to read. All right. So this section is pretty long, so I'm not going to go into in depth about the bill, but just to summarize it, as you can see, this it says to support the California State University. All right. That's basically it. So somehow, some way, the repair, quote unquote, bills for SB 518 and 437 are supposed to get money out of this section. Does that make sense?
Section.
6610. This one here.
Mhm.
And so to make so I can understand, and then underneath 6610-001-0001 for support of California State University. So they even named it, right? A new account, or did the CSU already have an account in the
That's a
budget?
good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I guess the question is we can look to see if they have an account on the other bill from 2024, but maybe they had a different item number. So is that the question that you had, Darlene?
That is the question.
Okay.
Because but if they already have an account set up, it seemed like this would be a sub account that would go into the already CSU account. I'm just thinking. So
Well, we can look. Well, let's see what they had in the other bill. So let's see. I'm just gonna go to the PDF. Let's see. That was one. Oh, all these bills. Okay. Okay. So let's see if the CSU had an account for 2024 or what section they were under. All right. So they're mentioned definitely in
several spots.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to go through to see if they actually have a particular
account. Yeah. So maybe each time they get monies, they separate the state of California. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay, funds is made from
yeah.
Okay. I don't. Maybe it's in like section 39.10 of the Budget Act, but then we'd have to go and do our further research to see what account that they had. So that's for, I guess, another time. But yeah, they were definitely at least mentioned in the 2024.
So this 6610-001-0001 is support of CSU. So it looks like it's new monies.
Right. So currently this California State University budget, and if my math is mathing and my eyes are not deceiving me, that's $4,950,068,000 is going to be allocated to support the CSU.
So why did they need $6 million for reparation and implementation? They didn't need our money.
Great question or comment, Darlene. I mean, so let's just go through, since we're here, and I'm not going to read everything, but if you kind of just scroll through here in this section, I mean, maybe that's the thing. I don't know if they can budget this, or let me see. Funds appropriate $6 million shall be used by the California to provide summer term financial aid to any student. Nope, that's not it.
But you know what? I stopped when I saw that $6 million.
I know, right? I was like, wait a minute,
hold on.
Yeah, so I mean, if you just, I mean, I could look it up too, but because this section is kind of long.
Yeah, this long. Right. And I didn't see it, so.
So let's do a quick look up for tides, and then what would it also be under? What? Tides.
Education.
Okay, nothing. And then
office.
What's the bill name for 37? Let's go back. Claim eligibility based on genealogy and descendancy. Here, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so this is what I'm looking up. Claim eligibility based on genealogy and descendancy. Man, we're in a class session, ladies and gentlemen.
And you are doing well, Professor Glass.
Man, I'm trying to get to y'all level. All right, here we go.
No, not with this
Nice.
one. Mm-mm.
All right, so let's go back to the.
Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate y'all. Okay, so we're back to the budget bill of 102, and not a dang thing. All right, so I looked up claim eligibility based on yada yada genealogy, descendancy, nothing. So that begs the question then, if it's not in this bill, then where is this money at? Maybe it's in another bill that, I'm not aware of, or some of us may not be aware of. Maybe they just didn't update things in time. But supposedly it's supposed to be taken from this section of or not even taken, right? Oh, hold on a second. Would it be added or removed?
They say repeal and then added.
Okay, but then I guess the question is from this $4 billion, they would just be taking the $6 million, or I guess technically the $12 million from this budget. I mean, that's what I would think, because it's referring to -001.
So you're saying they took the $6 million or 12 and put it into this line item, and then disbursement comes out of this line item. Is that basically what? Okay.
So yeah, so they're taking the 12 million from this $4 million or $4 billion dollars, but it's not at least not in this bill. I don't see it. Not saying it's not here, but I just don't see it as a line item in this bill.
Might be buried in there somewhere.
Well, it has to be buried in this section though, because that's what it's referring to. So if it's not in this section, where is it? So we got questions. So hopefully, an analyst or maybe Dr. Akita Weber's office can let us know where this money is.
Or go to the Director of Finance, and that's under Gavin Newsom should be able to tell you.
Yep. All right, family. So that is
amazing work, Moria.
Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here. I'm gonna go to the void of blackness, and let's put up the other tab. All right, so within the hour-ish, we made it. So yeah, we got more questions than answers right now, but hopefully we'll be figuring something out. As far as we know so far, there is 12 million for something floating around there somewhere. So now, the question once again is, once this session ends, are these bills going to be signed by the governor? Are they not? And if they're not, is then the CSU just gonna be getting some money without any oversight? And so yeah,
a $6 million windfall that they can pay Holocaust the Holocaust lawsuit with.
Gosh, man.
Who knows? But we will be tracking it and bringing it to ETM audience, what's going on, and trying to figure out how this money is moving.
Yep. See where this money is going. All right, family. Kim, Darlene, if you want to say some last words, and then we'll wrap it up here.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for spending their Sunday afternoon with us. This was a very good, as you said, you're more in teacher mode, because I learned a lot. That budget was taking me for a loop, and thank you for explaining it plain. So now I'm able to follow it better myself. So thank you. And thank you, Kim, as always, for being my girl.
All right. Thank you, Big Sis, and Moya, for taking us through this process. Just a quick reminder for everybody: the assembly floor will be taking place next week. The session wraps on September the 12th, which is a Friday this year. So these bills that we have been tracking should be on the floor at some point. Stay tuned into ETM Media, where we should be streaming the sessions, the floor sessions.
Yeah, if you could see on the screen here, it says September 12th, last day for each house to pass bills. And then October 12th is the day for the governor, or the last day for the governor to sign or veto bills.
Mm-hmm. So I have a question for both you and Kim before we go off the air. So this time last year, we were feeling a little different. So how do you feel this time around and what we're going through this year, opposed to the whole cycle last year, right up to that moment where we were betrayed? But before that, it was just so much jubilation and
Optimism,
you know,
yeah.
over the goalposts. This is real. SB 1403, SB 1331. You know what I'm saying? So it's such a different feeling for me right now. You know, I'm just like, okay, September 12th. Okay.
It's a different feeling,
Yes.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Last show, I was saying how I was so relieved that the final session had been pushed back just because it gave me more time. But at that time, I mean, I knew there was some shady business going on the assembly floor. I mean, they were removing seats even
Mm-hmm.
before the actual betrayal of not letting us into the gallery. But I in no way imagined that they were going to sabotage and block their own bills that, you know, everybody had been working so diligently on for the entire session. So while I felt like some kind of fix was in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, this is just for political theater. They just, you know, want, you know, some kind of action or activity. But I still, at that point in time, had no, even after, you know, seeing all the shady business going on all week, I
Mm-hmm.
had no clue that
Idea.
they were going to
Yeah.
betrayal us in
Yeah. Yeah.
this way. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought
Yes.
still thought some miracle was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Because I even told Kim, you know, if I'm there on the 12th, okay. If I'm not, you know, I'm okay. Okay, I'm not on their timeline. You know what I'm saying? No. Mm-mm. Last year wouldn't dare miss going up there. You know what I'm saying? It's still really won't, but I'm just saying I don't have that same
Right. They
intended
definitely killed some of the momentum
momentum.
towards the
Yes,
reparations bills. And they don't even call it reparations anymore.
they,
So,
they
yeah.
call it repair, even though they calling it repair, but on the top of each bill it says description, and then it says hyphen reparations. So take, you know, let's remove that. You know. Mm-mm.
Well, if we could see on the screen here, so these were the CLBC members from last year, and
Mm-hmm.
Lori Wilson was the chair at the
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
She is no longer the chair. That would be bump ba bump, the one and only Dr. Keela Weber. So she is the chair, along with Isaac Bryan is the vice chair of the CLBC. Since we're here, we might as well just go over the CLBC. Obviously we don't follow every single bill that's going through the legislative process, and we predominantly try to focus things that are based around Freedmen legislation. I don't know, but it just seems like we've been hearing from Isaac Bryan and Dr. Keela Weber, but let's go through some of these legislators here. Let's start with Mia Bonta. I don't know. Mia Bonta seems like, she seemed like me. She was quiet last year too, in regarding our bills or some of the bills, but she seemed like she's pretty quiet this year too. I don't know. Yeah, if you guys have any like brief comments on it, let me know. I'm just gonna go through each one.
I mean, they're
It
probably all mostly in hiding from their shame.
I mean, Lord Woods is not even champion. Is it AC? What is it this
Was
year?
it
Oh, the
six?
Yeah,
6 or
yeah,
7 or something like that.
she's not even champ. She didn't really champion last year, to be honest with you. I saw 1 or 2 spots, but she's definitely not champion. As you know, I am in her district, and I do receive her news letter, her monthly, and sometimes bi-weekly. Not a word on their repair package. Not a single word since that um, press conference.
Yeah, that's the to end slavery here in
Yeah, I
California.
mean,
Just to
I
clarify.
haven't seen her mention. She doesn't even mention it in the newsletter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got introduced, and I think that's
Never
about
did.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a CLBC representative, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe, any of the listening audiences, you can let us know if you have a CLBC representative in the legislature, the California legislature. Let us know what type of work they're doing, to improve your districts, or any kind of flagship bills that they're championing that will be have some tangible change on people's lives. Let us know.
People or American Freeman people.
Uh, well, definitely American freedmen, but what are they doing for other people? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
other communities too. I'm sure it's a whole lot more what they doing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Corey Jackson. I mean, he's been a little busy. We've seen him.
Oh,
Yeah,
please,
I'm sorry.
please.
I mean, we've seen him. He's been out. No, what?
For the illegal
Yeah.
immigrants, he almost threw himself at the court. At the officers and they had to restrain him. You know. But he
We saw
closed
him
the
at the.
door on us when we were speaking about having a guaranteed
He
income
did.
for like American seniors. He closed the door on. I mean, he did listen for a minute. Then he closed the door on us. So
He did. Okay, Sade El Hawari. She's new to the CLBC,
mm.
and I saw her. I think she was a member of the appropriations, but that's it. I haven't seen too much of her at all. And then Mike Gibson, I have no idea what's going on with him. I don't even remember if any of his repair bills went anywhere. And then Tina McKenna, she does have AB 57 and AB 62. Don't quote me, but one of them has to do with eminent domain, and then there's like an All Lives Matter housing bill or something like that. Then we have Rhodesia Ransom. I believe she's somewhere up there in Stockton, I think. I want to say district, so haven't heard too much from her. Laura Richardson, shout out to Laura Richardson. She is authoring SB 515, which is the data disaggregation bill on the local level. So we have seen her. Dr. Sharp Collins. I saw her. She was in a committee hearing. I can't remember which one. It was either higher education. I want to say it was higher education.
She was definitely sitting on the budget committee as well.
Was she on the budget committee?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she was. That's right, because you guys. Okay. Smallwood Cuevas. I don't know. I mean, maybe we saw her testimony when the bills were going through the Senate, but I just don't.
They've been relatively quiet this session.
Yeah.
Now, going back to Senator Laura Richardson, you spoke about SB 515.
Mm-hmm.
That was not part of the repair package.
Yeah. Good point.
But her bill SB 510, the educational bill from K to 12, that will African American
right. Hey, darling, you got a little bit of
I was
wind
gonna say,
factor.
is one of y'all in the wind tunnel?
Yeah, he's like in Chicago. Okay.
And Tina McKenna's housing bill, it's not an all lives matter bill. It actually does have descendant language in it, which, leads me to believe that, nothing will be able to be done about it until 437 verification gets established. And in addition to that, it's a shared equity loan bill. So basically, they're going to be gracious enough to carve out, I believe it's 10% of the Dream Fund budget specifically for descendants to get a shared equity home loan for first-time home buyers, which you'll have to pay back. So it's not compensation that you'll get to keep or a grant or anything like that. It is a loan that loan you a little bit of your reparations that you got to pay back at some point when you refinance or sell your home.
All right. So just came from clarification. So it's not an all lives matter, but what the source is coming out from a source that other ethnic groups could also
that
tap
is
into
an all
as well.
lives matter program. Yes, the Dream Dream for All or something like that.
Yeah.
Program that currently has zero funding in the budget for it allocated. So that program is essentially sidelined until they find some more money for it anyways. So there's that.
Gotcha. Thanks for the clarification. Let's go. I don't think we had a lot of comments, but let's for the ones that we do, let's go through here. Okay. Thanks, Michael, for showing up. Appreciate you. Weber is using her lineage-based narrative to stall progress for cash payment reparations for Black California freedmen of chattel slavery. The problem with California's Department of Justice acting as a state bureau for Black California freedmen of child slavery is mismanaging resources and sharing public information of them to law enforcement. Yeah, could be. We do know that the DOJ is no longer going to be facilitating or have anything to do with SB 518 for now, but point is well taken. Thanks, Jesus Girl, for coming through and reposting this stream. Greatly appreciate it. All right, family, that is it. That is a wrap, as we would say, in the film entertainment industry. So yeah, everybody have a great Sunday. Be on the lookout for the upcoming floor hearings. Supposedly, allegedly, should be this week sometime. So definitely tune in, tap in right here at Emin the Mass Media Group. And I think Kim and Darlene, that's it from y'all. If not, let me know. And I'm gonna wrap. Y'all good?
Just thanks to the family for coming through. See everybody on the floor next week, and the fight continues.
Yes, it does.
All right. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you, Kim. Always appreciate you for doing what y'all do. I mean, can't give you enough flowers. I mean, especially for actually physically being in the building. That takes a lot of courage and time out of your day that you could be doing other stuff, but you are doing this for the community. So we definitely appreciate you. All right, family, that's it. Love and light, and we'll see y'all next time right here on Emin the Mass Media Group. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace and reparations, peace and lineage-based reparations. All right.
Please move item 7172 to the inactive file.
I just want to know, what did you know about bills not being brought to the floor? There were two critical reparation bills, Senate Bill 1403 and Senate Bill 1331.
Forgive me, because there's over 1,000. I'm not very good at the numeric, but
that, you know, it's gonna, the analysis said it's only a couple $1 million to stand it up. And his response was, we want to do it in a different way. We don't want to do it through creating a whole new bureau. We want to do it through the UC system.
So this is Assemblyman Mr. Bryan. He's mad I brought up the reparations vote. So he's preventing me from speaking. And he's trying to block my access to it.
Madam Speaker, I ask that we take up file item 71, SB 1331.
If you decide to start your family tree even without the DNA, 8 or 9 times out of 10, you're going to find your family.
A great number of African Americans can trace their lineage to the period of enslavement.
Lamert was developed by Walter H. Lamert, and in his designing this area, he actually had covenants to where they would not sell to black people.
I supported the bill all session.
Then bring the bill.
Will you vote?
CLBC, can you give them a grade 1 to 10?
Oh. This current crop, as of now, it's a negative.
Vote for the bill, Mr.
Bring the bill.
Will you vote for the bill?
Bring it up.
Will you vote for reparations?
Bring it up.
I would love it.
Bring it up.
Let's vote for reparations
Bring
together.
It up.
It's a spirit of anti-blackness, and we must call it out. And so I'm going to call out on August 31st, 2024, that the California Legislative Black Caucus, the majority of them, and the governor allowed the enemy to use them to try to keep us down and keep us as bottom-class citizens.
Just think that all the other members have at least about 10 years left. So we're not going anywhere.
I've heard it's slightly changed, and some of the advocates who were part of the coalition last go around are now expressing concerns of whether or not they'll still be able to stand behind it if those changes are not corrected.
In so many years, it will hardly be no black folks left in California. We love y'all, we thank y'all, and we demanding reparations right now.
First of all, America, from the evidence that they gave us, you're guilty.
What happened on August 31st, 2024 was a betrayal.
We know that if we don't have our hand in this process as much as we possibly can, it can be corrupted from the outside. So in terms of our role isn't done until they're issuing the checks for our reparations.
The time for reparations is now.
Yeah. Right now. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?